Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am super excited for this video because we're going to be playing with the new Kaleidos Make Your Escape collection, which I have right here. That was a weird sound. That was the box, okay? Don't get it twisted. So in today's video, it's just going to be like a first impression overview of everything. I'm going to do a bunch of swatches and then a look using the eyeshadow palette and all the cheek products. There's also a eyeshadow primer, a lip something. I think it's a lip gloss, and then there's some sponges. So we'll unlock it and just jump right on in. So it looks like the launch date is June 11th, but there are no prices right now as I'm filming this. I didn't get an information sheet with my package or anything, so I do apologize that I can't speak to that. But I wanted to go ahead and start off by mentioning something I was kind of disappointed in with this collection. And if you take a look at their duo blushers that they have here, what I do find hypocritical is that the packaging is these beautiful black women, but then when you open it up, the shades are so pale. I haven't swatched them yet, but I just imagine these would be pretty ashy and pretty light on a deep skin tone. And if they're gonna do two blush duos, please Kaleidos, have a range of skin tones here and don't just do two that will fit a fair to light, maybe medium skin tone, because between these two, I just don't feel like there's enough range here. There's 4 shades here. I think they can definitely do better. I do have a message that they sent to Legally Black Beauty in regards to the packaging. They said, "Thank you for this invaluable feedback. There may have been an oversight as we were so excited with the prospect of now being able to gear our sales to the African diaspora and Middle Eastern markets in the near future. We will use your feedback to better our brand, products, and our offerings." Let's go ahead and swatch these. This one is the Lo-Fi Rose Duo Blusher. So you have Bloom, which is kind of like a pinky golden shade. It looks really pretty. And then you have Mood, which is a matte, soft, neutralish pink. Oh, that's pretty. Will say the matte feels a lot smoother than the shimmer. Oh yeah, that's a duochrome for sure. It completely goes from pink to gold, so that's really pretty. And then we have the Lo-Fi Peach Blusher, which the top shade is called Ivory. And again, it's another duochrome, but this one's a little bit smoother and it's more of like a pinky orange duochrome. Really pretty. And then Punch, which is more of a peach shade. So that one has a little bit more pigment to it, but still overall pretty soft. Alright, next we have a bunch of highlighters to swatch. Most of these are new. So first we have the shade Moon Cruiser, which is kind of like, it looks to be kind of a white with a little bit of a bluey purple shift to it. Oh yeah, definitely has a purple shift. Super pretty, a purpley blue. Feels very smooth. So there is Moon Cruiser. And then next is the shade Mars Melter, which I think it kind of looks like it has a little bit of a peachy color to it. This one is a little bit less smooth. I find a lot of their highlighters, like I don't know if you can tell, that one's definitely a little bit more powdery. They kind of have a bunch of different textures within their highlighters. But the color is pretty. It just has like a pinky iridescence to it. And there is the shade Diamond Dasher, which mine came a little bit broken, so I kind of tried to use the little sheet that it came with to press it back in. I did actually swatch it already because as I was pressing it in, of course, I couldn't help myself. And this one is really pretty. You can tell it's kind of like a golden shade with a tiny bit of pink to it. That one looks really smooth as well. It has a little bit of a sparkliness to it. And then I would drop the shade that was broken already to begin with. Dang it. And then last but not least, we have Ray Rider, which is not a new shade, but they recently announced that they reformulated it. I actually went on the website and I was debating on buying the reformulated one because I was so curious. So I'm glad it showed up in the PR package, but there's what it looks like. It's just a very neutral shade. But again, kind of looking at this highlighter range, this one is not new, but I feel like there could definitely be more range and more depth between these 3 highlighters, whereas they're all pretty light duochromes. So here is the original Ray Rider. Maybe it's a little less smooth. Oh yeah. That one's actually a little bit more, it's a little bit more pinky. And the new one is a little bit more just true neutral. but overall they don't feel that different. If you already have the original Ray Writer, I don't think you need to buy the new one by any means. Alright, so the next thing in the collection, which I'm not going to be showing a demo of me using it on camera, but this is the new sponges. I did use one of them today. So it comes in this cute little packaging, and the sponges just look like this. There's two different shapes. I'm very much a fan of the traditional teardrop sponge. So I decided to go ahead and try the purple one today, and it is very soft. It works fine. It gets in there. It blends. It's a decent sponge, but I love the Shot Missy Paw sponge so much, and it's like $1 and something cents. So unless this costs $1, I still highly recommend the Shot Missy one over it, and I like the shape of this a little bit better. So I'm excited that they came out with sponges. It's cool seeing them kind of broaden their line, but when it comes to me personally repurchasing sponges, I always go back to the Shot Missy ones. So I just had to throw that in there really quickly, but I mean, they're cute. There's like a purple and a green one. They're different unique shapes, so maybe if that's something that you're looking into, maybe if you like baking, you would like that. Or if you like more of a flat side, I don't know, maybe that could work good for blush or something and really get a controlled look. Next is their new Tone Activator Eye Primer. I do plan on trying this out today. If you've noticed that this eye is super white and this eye isn't, it's because I already went ahead and I don't know where I put it. I used my Anastasia eye primer on this side, and I planned on using this on camera on this side just so we could see the difference. I don't know, for some reason I thought it was going to be, oh, wow. I thought it was going to, oh no. Okay, I thought it was going to be more of a clear eye primer. I have no reason for that thought, but I can tell you right off the bat, I don't like the shade because it's deeper than my skin tone and it's super pink, so I feel like it's kind of going to mess with the eyeshadows on my eyes. I'm still going to try it. I'll try it just for the heck of it, but the shade's just a little bit too deep for me. That's one of the reasons I love the ABH eye primer, is because it's one of the only colored eye primers that's actually lighter than my skin tone. Oh man, that was probably too much. Dang it. Why am I like this? I definitely went in with way too much for one eye. Next, they also have a new lip product, and I believe this is a lip gloss, and it looks to be kind of like a red sparkly shade. See, I'm debating on even trying this just because I feel like it's something I would not use a lot. Like, I might use it one time for this video and never use it again. I feel like I'm being so negative today. I'm sorry. Now finally to what I think is the most exciting product. This is their new eyeshadow palette called the Escape Pod. The packaging is definitely a little bit more chunky, but it is pretty cool. So there's what it looks like. Please don't judge me. So it has a nice large mirror. There's a bunch of duochromes here. There's a bunch of really textured metallic shades, and then also a little bit of cool tone neutral mattes, and then some really bright colorful mattes. So I'm sorry, I should be showing it to you instead of looking at it myself. Look at how pretty it is. Those shimmers. Okay, let's do some swatches. First we have Soiree, Mardi Gras, and Flamingo. Okay, next we have Tango, Exoplanet, so pigmented, and Starlight Sonata, which is such a pretty sparkly shade. Alright, next we have Amaretto, Space Oasis, Cosmic Cabernet. Ooh, that's so pretty. Okay, next we have Galactic Gala, which is so beautiful. Saturnalia, which I feel like those two greens for this color story, there's a difference there for sure, but I wish they were a little bit more different. And then there's also Bossa Nova, which is such a pretty cool toned kind of like transition shade. And last but not least, we have Lo-Fi, Carnival, and Terrace, which, I mean, those are so pigmented, it's crazy. So, I mean, the quality looks really good on these. This definitely looks like the kind of palette I would go for, between having really beautiful pops of color, some nice standard neutral shades, and then also all of the shimmers being pretty kind of beautiful, sparkly, textural shadows, which is what I go for. So overall, I'm really, really excited. So let's go ahead and jump right on into a look. I think I'm going to go ahead and start off with this shade right here called Bossa Nova, just because I'm super drawn to that one. Don't ask me why. I just am. And I'm going to take that with a fluffy crease brush right through my crease and just start blending. Now that I think about it, the fact that I did 2 different eye primers, I guess I should do both eyes on camera just to show you the difference, right? I normally always save time by not doing that, but I'll kind of try and not take forever with this eye look. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Terrace. I literally picked up the tiniest amount. I had a tickle in my throat. I picked up the tiniest amount because it is super pigmented, and I'm just lightly putting that in my outer V. I'm just going to go back in with my previous brush and just lightly blend that edge. Alright, so I think I want to do a pop of purple on the lower lash line. So I'm going to start off with some mattes, and I'm going to take this shade right here called Mardi Gras first. And I'm actually going to not drop the palette, but I'm going to use one of the brushes from Kaleidos. This is the S5, which is their pencil brush. And I'm going to pop that on the outer half of my lower lash line. I feel like it's definitely a little bit more buildable just from first application. But I feel like the lower lash line is the easiest place for shadows to do what they're supposed to do. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Soiree, which is that lighter purple, which I love colors like this. And I'm going to pop that on the front half of my lower lash line. That one's super pigmented. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Cosmic Cabernet because that really impressed me when I swatched it. And I'm going to pop that on the outer, like half of my lid, just lightly blending it in. I'm not using any glitter glue or anything, just using the shadow as is, which you can see picks up really beautifully. I'm using another Kaleidos brush, which is the S4. Alright, for the inner half of my lid, I'm actually going to go ahead and use my NYX glitter glue just because the shade I want to go in with looked a little bit more sheer, a little bit more like a topper, and I want it to be super intense. I'm just going in with the glitter glue with that same brush on the inner half of the lid. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Space Oasis, and I'm popping that on. Oh, wow. That is so pretty. Honestly, it almost feels wet on the lid. It's a weird sensation, but it is so beautiful. I feel like my friend Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun would totally wear this eye look. It reminds me of her a lot. Alright, now of course I'm going to go into the shade Starlight Sonata from my inner corner. Super pretty and sparkly. Right, off camera, I'm going to add some liner, my waterline, some mascara, and I'll be right back. I know I held up the Thrive mascara, but I actually ended up using the Too Faced Better Than Sex because I'm indecisive. But I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Rose blusher palette, and I'm going to take the matte shade Mood as my blush today. Just going to take it on my BK Beauty 104 and just add that to my cheekbones. So for highlighter, I think I'm gonna kind of just be really careful because I want to use that Diamond Dasher shade. So I'm just gonna very, very gently put my brush into it. Again, I'm using a BK Beauty brush. This is the 108. I don't know, I thought when I was swatching this that this one seemed like the prettiest highlight, even though this is what we're dealing with right now. Maybe it's the brush, but it literally just looks like glitter on my skin. Let me try something else. No, I don't love that. Okay, I guess I should go in with that on the other side as well, and then I'm going to put a different highlight on top of it just to even it out a little bit, because I mean, it looks not terrible, but it's definitely emphasizing texture without giving that much glow. So I think I'm going to go into the new Ray Rider and just top that. Yeah, see, that adds a little bit more of an actual glow. I feel like overall with this collection, like as a collection, I'm just kind of like about it. I was originally super excited, but just trying everything out, swatching everything, I feel like I could have just had the eyeshadow palette and been happy, but maybe I'm just having a negative day, who knows. That nose highlight, it looks really nice though. Alright, for lips today, I'm going to go into this Reina Rebelde lip color stick, and this was their collab with Viva Glam K. I bought this a little while back, but I haven't used it yet. I'm not sure what the name is. Oh, it's Alma Desnuda, which means naked soul. So that's what it looks like. It's just kind of a pretty pinky neutral shade. Alright, this is the finished look, so I'm just going to quickly tell you my thoughts so far. I feel like the standout for me is definitely the eyeshadow palette. I love this look so much. It's just everything that I wanted it to be, so I'm very happy with the eyeshadow palette so far. Definitely let me know if you want to see me do 3 looks with this, and I can do that. But everything else in the collection I just feel kind of meh about, and it could definitely just be my personal taste. I feel like the sponges, it's cute, but I have cheaper ones that I prefer. The eyeshadow primer, I didn't have any issues with using it as far as blending, packing, getting patchy or anything. Like, I feel like my eyeshadow overall looks pretty much the same on both sides except for the color. I can definitely see that it's a lot darker on this side, so for that reason this eye primer isn't something that I would continue to use. I'll probably pass it off to a friend. So if you're looking into it and you have not a fair skin tone, this might be great for you. And then, like I said, the lip product I didn't even really want to try just because it's something I don't see myself using. The highlighters are pretty, but they're just not blowing my mind, so I feel like overall the Escape Pod, the palette, is what has my heart and definitely what I see myself using the most in the future. I just think this is such a nice palette. From first impression, I had to keep using it more, but everything felt so pigmented, so easy to use. I would love to know what you think of this collection, if you're planning on picking up anything. So definitely leave your opinions down below. I would love to read them, and that is it for this video. If you enjoy my content and haven't subscribed yet, I would love it if you would do so, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.